My name's Dr. Melissa Cohen. So if you were like me, a couple weeks ago, I logged into my account, even though I shouldn't have, because I know the market's way down, but I did just to see how bad the damage had been done with the stock markets and such. So as I'm going through my stock list, I noticed I have something new at the very end, WBD. I was like, wonder what that is. Click on it, Warner Brothers Discovery. So as you know or may not have known, AT&T did announce about a year ago that they were going to do some sort of spin-off, divestiture. They were going to get rid of the Warner Brother part of the AT&T company. They were going to focus on the broadband, the 5G, all of the telecom stuff instead of the media stuff. And they were doing this by creating a new company. And so, well, it finally happened. So officially on Monday, April 11th, the company split. And I think it was an actual spin-off. So AT&T stayed a company, and then they spun off the Warner Brothers Discovery. And that's what they're calling it. So, so the new ticker symbol, is the WBD for Warner Brothers Discovery, and then AT&T is still going to stay T, the letter T. So what does that mean from a well, here on the screen, here's the official announcement and such. So what actually happened was, if you were a shareholder and you had AT&T stock, for every share of AT&T stock, you got 0.24 shares of the WBD stock. So basically let's simple math. Let's say you have 100 shares of AT&T stock. Post April 11th, you will now have 24. So you take whatever AT&T number you have of stock times 0.24, and then you have that amount of Warner Brother Discovery stock. So let's say 100 shares of AT&T stock times 0.24, which means you will end up with 24 shares of Warner Brother Discovery stock. Now, the good news is you still have your 100 shares of AT&T stock. The bad news is that after that April 11th, we can go through here and look, there was probably some price adjustment with all of that going on from the financials and such. So at least now you know why you have a new stock on your stock list there. But let's go ahead and look at some of that other information. So specifically, I just looked up, like July 2019, I bought 30 shares of AT&T stock. So that comes out to, 30 times 0.24, it's 7.2 shares. They rounded to the whole number. So I had 7 shares of WBD stock. Now, I specifically bought the AT&T stock because, well, I have a telecom undergraduate degree, so I keep up a little bit with the industry, and I'm a little bit familiar with AT&T. But because at that time the dividends were almost 6%, the dividend yield percentage was almost 6%, which is really good. So I'm going to click over here on Google. I just pulled this up, so this is current as of May 17th. So you can see it's $20.32, a lot less than what I bought, but we're not going to analyze that because the entire market's down like 15% or something from the highs. So I'm not going to talk about that today. But at this point, I'm kind of reading some articles here. The company did a special dividend, or did a dividend payout in April already. So we have to see for the next quarter what the what the corporate board of directors are going to decide from a dividend payout going forward for the company. So obviously when you spin off a huge portion of a company from another one, your earnings are going to be different, right? So right now it looks like on this stock chart here, we have our dividend yield here at the bottom at 5.46%, and that's calculated as what was the dividend payout for the last 12 months. So you look at that total dollar amount, cents and such, and you divide it by the total stock price as of that moment, right? Divided by $20.38. So we're still getting about a 5.5% stock range, or dividend yield range. So that's pretty good. Now, as I said, next quarter, so you got about 3 months from now, you may want to put it on your calendar to check to see, okay, are they paying more or less? What's that new dividend yield rate going to be? Or not even the dividend yield. You might want to know what is the actual dividend payment amount per share of stock. All right, so that's kind of all. I'm going to look at AT&T here. And like I said, you're still going to retain your AT&T stock, the full amount that you had. You are now going to get Warner Brother Discovery stock in charge of it, or in addition to your AT&T stock. So let's click over here. I had already pulled this up from this morning. It's just on Google. It's a stock information for Warner Brothers stock. And you know, we don't have a big graph here just because it's so new. There's not a lot of information. It's only been out for a couple of weeks here, so it's not giving us a lot of information. So the stock price right now is $17.60. This is what it was at close, the change percentage. So I always like, what is the current stock price? I do want to know, I am interested if they are going to pay out dividends. All right. Okay, let's go to Yahoo Finance because they usually have a little bit more information about stocks and such. So let's see what pops up on their spreadsheet here. Yeah, this is a much better content here, at least the same format here. So there's no forward dividend and yield, no ex-dividend date when the last dividends were paid out. If we go to the 1 month view on the chart, so it came out on April 11th, so it's been 5 weeks at this point. So the thing to note with the AT&T Discovery, you know, if you're like, well, what does that mean? What is that portion of the company? Now you have to do new research if you decide you want to keep it or not, or sell it, or buy more of it. So what the Warner Brothers Discovery, they're going to create and distribute, and this is directly from the AT&T.com press release website here. They're going to create the world's most differentiated and complete portfolio of content, brands, and franchises across television. So basically, you're like, what channels? So Discovery, Discovery Plus, Warner Brothers Entertainment, CNN, CNN Plus, DC, Eurosport, HBO, HBO Max, HGTV, Food Network, Investigation Discovery, TLC, TNT, TBS, True TV, Travel Channel, Motor Trend, Animal Planet, Science Channel, New Line Cinema, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, Turner Classic Movies, and some others. So you can decide at this point if you want to keep it, you want to wait and see what the dividend, if there's going to be any dividend payouts, if that was your reason for having AT&T stock. If you want, you know, if it's such a small amount, you know, it was 0.24 of your original AT&T, you may want to hold on to it, see what it does, especially if you don't have any holdings in a media company. This may be the one for you. If you don't want any holdings in a media company, then you may want to look to sell it. So anyways, I hope that clears some information up, and you can now congratulate yourself on being a new owner of stock and you didn't have to do anything. All right, if you have any questions about any stock splits or anything like that happens, please let me know. I can do a quick video. I'm just giving you information about stocks that I have, and when I notice things that happen, like they disappear or they're spun off, and I get new mysterious stocks in my retirement account that I know nothing about. So anyways, I hope you have a great day, and I keep investing and buying stocks. Bye.